and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, January the 5th, 2025. Yeah, this is our first official chat in 2025, so welcome everybody. I hope y'all are having a great week. Hopefully you were not stuck in the middle of what looked like a pretty significant weather event that came across the middle of the United States. We had been warned about it here in East Tennessee, I don't know, for days. I gotta tell you, nothing. There is nothing out there right now. We even drove the girls around today looking for snow, looking for ice. The only ice that we had were the little teeny tiny icicles that were actually on my car. But again, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. Hope y'all are having a great week. Hope you were not caught in the mess that I know it's serious. It came through the Midwest today. Blizzard conditions looked really bad. So I hope you were not stuck in that. But welcome everybody to the first chat of 2025. And hello, Trish. Yep, happy New Year's. So welcome to the first chat of 2025. I actually saw one of the weather forecasters. No, I'm sorry. She's like a weekend news anchor here in town. She was going on and on and on and on and on about the first, events of 2024. So hopefully I will not make the same mistake that she did and say 2024 all night, because this is the first chat of 2025. And let's see. Hello, Elaine. Good to see you. Hello, Mary Ann. And hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. Hello, Hattie. Awesome to see you. So you brave souls that are here right after Christmas and New Year's, y'all are fantastic and awesome. So welcome. If you are brand new, please let us know, because we would love to welcome you. If you have any friends that have questions about Weight Watchers, that are new to Weight Watchers, that just want something to do, they just need some support, they need some other normal human beings to talk to, please share these chats. Please share the YouTube, and that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. And please share our group, but remind them to answer the 3 questions. This is the time of year when people who had just pretty much given up, at the end of last year, this is their time. Hello, Carol Lou, good to see you. This is their time. So this is their time to shine. This is their time to find something and to hang on to and to cling to it and to get some great support. So again, if you have any friends, family members, anybody that, that needs some support, even if they're not doing Weight Watchers, if they're just thinking about it, or if they just want to join a group of people that kind of get it, please go ahead, and share all of this with them. Okay, so again, this is, hello, Kim, good to see you. This is chat number 396, and John, you're killing me, buddy. So John says hello from home base, and then he says poached, because apparently the word of the day for John and Casey is poached, but they won't tell me what it means. So they will not tell me until I get home what they mean by poached. Anyway, so it's going to be a long chat. Hello, Shirley. Good to see you. And hello, Lisa from Arkansas. Hello, Vicky. Hello to my buddy Julie. Hello, Carol Ann. Hello, greetings from Sarah in Raleigh, Massachusetts. Good to see you. So again, everybody, oh no, one of Sarah's Maine Coons passed away. I am so sorry. Oh, bless your heart. This is a hard time for anything like that. So welcome everybody. So sorry to hear about that, Sarah. We'll talk about that separately. I might message you separately. But hopefully you were not stuck in all of that weird, crazy weather that came smashing through the middle of the United States today. We didn't get it. So I am not wishing that away. And hello, Vicky. I'm not wishing that away. I'm not upset that we didn't get it, because people were saying that it was going to be like the, hello, Deb. People were saying that it was going to be like the winter of 93. I can tell you we got Casey from the winter of 93, and I'll just let y'all figure that out from there. But anyway, 20-something inches, 21 inches, like overnight. Okay. First chat of January. Today is January the 5th, 2025. This is chat number 396. We are quickly approaching 400 chats. And hello, Sherry. Good to see you. So again, if you know somebody that needs some support, if you need some, if you've been kind of taking some time off during the holidays, you kind of need a kick in the rear end, I've got 395 other chats for you to watch. And actually there are more than that in videos over on YouTube. It's youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Hello, Lynn. So good to see you. Okay, so today we're talking about boosting our mood by busting a move. So if you are brand new to Weight Watchers or to the chats, every week we have one of these live chats, and it's been pretty spot on. I mean, I don't think we didn't miss anything through the Christmas holidays. We didn't miss any chats through New Year's. And hello, Rita. And I looked, and I don't think we have any. Well, hello, Mindy. good to see you. I haven't seen you for a minute. I don't think we have any significant events coming up on any Sundays, in the near future. So we should be good to go for the next however many weeks of Sundays. But if you're brand new, the first half of the chat is always whatever the prior week's topic was for Weight Watchers. And they don't post them anymore. So that's not posted anymore in your app. Of course, you can't get a physical flyer like we used to. So if you've been with Weight Watchers and you've come back, and coming back in 2025 is now, don't look for it, because there's nowhere for you to find the weekly topic. You'll have to go somewhere like here. So you'll have to visit with us every Sunday night to be able to find out what the weekly topic was for the prior week. And we always just kind of do a review for people who have attended an in-person workshop. And hello, Sherry from Cape Coral, Florida. Hope it's toasty in Cape Coral. It is not here. Even though we didn't get the bad weather, it is not toasty at all here. But yeah, so if you're brand new, welcome, and just let us know, because we would love to welcome you. A little bit of news before we get going. So again, if you're new, first half is going to be whatever the topic was for the prior week with Weight Watchers, and then the second half is going to be something fun, and hopefully the second half tonight is also delicious for me, because that's what I'm going to have for supper. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it is going to be delicious. And hello, Anna, good to see you. A little bit of news to start out our new year. This is the first chat of 2025. First things first, Julie racked her brain, and because she is so smart and has been watching lots of empowering chats from myself and from other people, she thought, you know what? Let's make the first challenge for the new year. Let's make it a track your 0-point food challenge. So if you've been with Weight Watchers for any length of time, you know that 0-point foods don't have to be tracked. So you absolutely do not have to track them. But I think it's a pretty smart idea, especially if you're struggling a little bit, or if you're like having trouble getting some traction, or just, having trouble kicking some things in gear. I think it's a great idea to track your 0-point foods, just so, especially since we've had some things added like potatoes and corn and some dark poultry meats and oats and things like that. I think it is a good idea to track your 0-point foods. So over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group, Julie is hosting our weekly, our weekly challenge over there. And again, it's just a challenge for yourself. You're not competing with anybody, but it is the Track Your 0-Point Food Challenge, and that is over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group. If you are not already a member of that group, one of our lovely ladies will surely post that link so that you can request to join after this chat, but do answer those 3 questions. Okay, so, wait, let's see. Sarah says, OMG, first Sunday in 2025 with us, and Epiphany Sunday, even though really the 6th. You're going to have to explain that one to me. Okay, second little bit of news. Again, today is the first chat of 2025, and I'm considering, I call them major changes. I don't know that they're major changes, but they're significant changes. And I'm going to be asking you all over the next few days and the next couple of weeks what you think about that. The first one that I've asked for a vote on is whether or not we should continue doing the homework badges at the end of the first half of every chat. It seems that you all are bored with them. So, I mean, if you are, that is totally fine. Just let me know. But I do pay Casey to make the homework badge and to post it, to get all that ready for me. And then it takes some time to come up with that. So if you all are bored of the homework, oh, hold on. Mary just made a good point. When you take a picture of your meal, it does track your 0-point food. Good to know, Mary. I just got the camera feature. My app just updated to that. I got all the rest of it pretty early, but it just updated to that. So good to know. I'll be trying that. And then Katie says, happy Sunday, everybody. Okay, so that little bit of news is that I'm thinking about making some changes. So there are some things that you all have asked for me to bring back. There are some things that, like we used to do, because I think we've been doing this like, I want to say 8 years, maybe 9 years. It was before Alyssa, and she just turned 7. So it's more than 7 years. I feel like it's either 8 or 9 years. Somebody will have to figure that out for me. But there are some features or some things that we did in the beginning, like grocery hauls, breaking down other people's recipes, things like that, that you all have asked me to bring back. There are some things that y'all seem to be getting bored with, like the homework badge. Nobody did their homework this week, and I understand it was a holiday, but it wasn't Christmas. I don't know, y'all just seem to be getting bored with that. So if we don't need it, we can take it out. Just saying, this little bit of news is I will be asking, hello Orlando Debbie, good to see you. So I'll be asking you all over the next couple of days and few weeks to vote on some of these things. The current vote right now is about whether or not we keep or ditch the homework. We'll talk about that more in a second. Last little bit of news before we get on with the actual chat is Casey, my daughter Casey, if you're brand new, she's my daughter. You're going to hear her name a lot. She scored me some Skinny Pop avocado lime popcorn at Sam's this weekend. And I was like, heck yeah, heck yeah. So basically, I'm a guacamole, but I'm not called guacamole, is basically what it is. This is Skinny Pop, which a lot of you all know and love. I've never tried it. We are opening the bag live here tonight. 3 cups is 3 cups of this is 5 smart points, or 5 points, because we just call them points now. So we're gonna try this live. It smells like I don't know, it really doesn't smell like anything. I don't know what the smell is. It doesn't really smell like anything, but then again, an avocado doesn't really smell like anything. Nice little bit of spice with the lime. I like it. That's a good one, Casey. Yeah, oh, it's got a little, after you chew it, it's got a very mild avocado flavor, but it has just a little zing of lime there at the end. That is good. So that is 3 cups or 5 points. Y'all always ask me the sodium. The sodium is 190 milligrams. It does have 2 grams of protein in a full serving. Yeah, that's good, Casey. That's a good one. Thank you. Thank you for getting that for me. I'll definitely be enjoying that at work this week. Okay, first thing I need to know is who attended an in-person workshop. So if you did manage to attend an in-person workshop this past week, I was not able to because ours were canceled due to, they were on New Year's Eve. But give me a thumbs up if you went to an in-person workshop this week or if you attended a Zoom workshop. So let's see some thumbs ups for that. And if you were here with us live last week, or if you watched later on demand, which by the way, Alyssa so enjoys being here with you all. So thank you so much for letting her chime in, jump in, help in. She literally loves doing this. So hearts for those of you that were here with us live with Alyssa last week, who is now 7. She's had a birthday. Yeah, so hearts for that. Yep, and awesome. Thank you very much. You all are awesome doing this on a holiday week, on a holiday 2 weeks, because I'm seeing the same names that I saw. Oh wait, Orlando Debbie says 8 years ago there was the first video, 8, and it was on August the 1st, 2016. That is crazy, Debbie. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, so 8 years ago, but thank you for looking that up for me, by the way. Bravo, everyone. Here are your Bravo stickers. Good job, everybody, for attending those in-person workshops or those virtual workshops here at the new year. Last week, we were talking about having the gift of gratitude, and hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. We were talking about having the gift of gratitude, and that gift was for yourself. So, I asked you a few simple questions just to see how, I don't know, just to make you think about some things, for yourself. I asked if you felt like there was any area of your life that was completely out of control, or if you had an area in your life that was completely in control. I asked if there was something forbidden or off limits. If you do want it more, or do you want it less? Like, you kind of forget, okay, it's off limits. Never mind, I don't want it anymore. And do you find it easier to do things for other people or to do them for yourself? And I asked you to think about that and think about some gifts. Aloha, Kathy. And think about some gifts that you could give to yourself. Hopefully you all did that this week, and hopefully you all thought of some gifts for yourself. I have to say, no one did their homework this week. 0 people did their homework. No one even confessed to me that they thought about doing it or like did it in their head. Alyssa calls that mind reading. So if you're reading something to yourself in your head, Alyssa calls that mind reading, which we think is hilarious. But nobody said they even thought about it. So that's why we're having the poll. Good job if you did it though. But that's why we're having the poll over in the If You Have an Egg Facebook group to see if you all want to continue doing the homework. It is a little bit of work. I do pay Casey to make the badges, so that's a little bit of work too. It's a little bit of work and a little bit of time and some money. So if you all don't want them, we can scratch them. You're not going to hurt my feelings. It hurts my feelings worse when no one does it. Okay. So we're going to slide on into this week's chat. So this week, we are talking about boosting your mood by busting a move. Okay, so I need to know who went to a party on New Year's Eve. So show of hands, who went to a party New Year's Eve? So you can either hold your little hand up, you can do another thumbs up sign, you can post an emoji down here in the comments of a hands up. But I need to know who went to a party on New Year's Eve. Doesn't necessarily have to mean that you stayed up until midnight. We had Alyssa's birthday party that night, so I went to a party that night. I attended a party or helped throw a party. Hello, Noreen from New York. I helped throw a party on New Year's Eve. We certainly were not up until midnight. I think we were up until like 8:45, and that was it. But so who went to a party on New Year's Eve? And while y'all are thinking about that, I'm gonna give you just a second. Ooh, Carol had a party at her house. Rita stayed at home. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, next question though. Who was the party? So if you were the party, like if you were the party animal, Debbie, I'm sorry. So if you were the party, like if you were the life of the party, then I need to see another hand. I was definitely not the life of the party. I was not the party New Year's Eve. It was definitely Alyssa and Bo. And we went to eat lunch with their uncle on New Year's Day, or eat breakfast with their uncle on New Year's Day. And he's autistic, but he works at a little place here in town called Scrambled Jake's. And he begged us, like, he didn't beg us. He didn't even ask us. He forced us to sit at the bar where he works, because he works at the bar doing menus and stuff. And he made us sit there, and I was telling one of the other people who works at Scrambled Jake's that he had gone to a party at our house the night before, and that the girls had that they were so loud, and they ran and they were loud the whole time, and he goes, the whole time. So it was loud. So they were definitely the party. But I wanted to let you know, and I'm so sorry everybody that was sick. We are surrounded by sick people. And Alyssa told her mom this year, she said, because she didn't get her mom a present, she's 7, but she goes, Mom, for your birthday this year, she goes, I'm getting you the gift of not being sick. And we were like, perfect, because last year we all had the flu this last week. Okay, so according to the Mayo Clinic, even casual exercise, so I'm not talking running a marathon, I'm not talking getting out and jogging, 60 minutes a day, every day. Even casual exercise does, not might, does reduce the symptoms of anxiety and depression. Okay, so I'm not saying that y'all are depressed. Most people are a little bit anxious about something almost every day, but it does, okay? Casual exercise does reduce the symptoms of anxiety and depression. If it can do that, then it can help us bust a bad mood, okay, by releasing good endorphins. Endorphins are those natural chemicals that are in your brain that can help improve your sense of well-being. And it can help to take your mind off of your worries, even if it's just a little exercise for 5 or 10 minutes. It can help take your mind off of those worries, some, negative thoughts, or other things that can kind of feed that anxiety. I have a fast fact for you, and I'm so sorry, Debbie. I know you've been sick all month, and I'm so sorry. And oh no, Kathy says she was in bed by 10. It's the only night that she can stay up till midnight, but not this time. So, and I'm so sorry again, all you sick people. So, I have a fast fact for you though. A fast fact. Fast fact. Did you know that people who choose to be happier, so people aren't just born happy. So being rich doesn't make you happy. I'm going to keep harping on money. So that doesn't necessarily make you happy. Being from a big family or a small family doesn't necessarily make you happy. So you can choose. There's some things you can do to choose to be happy. But did you know that people who choose to be happier, they also make better choices in other areas. So if you choose to be happy, they usually make better choices on food, for example, or sleep, or other activities. So choosing to be happy is automatically boom, boom, boom. That's one of those bundles, that when you choose to be happy, that it makes a lot of other choices, a lot of other good choices. It makes them easier because it kind of bundles them together. So choosing to be happy can be the start of all these other choices. And I'm going to talk to you for just a second about quieting your mind with a walk talk. How many of you, has anybody done any, oh, and hello Barbara from the Crossroads. Yes, you are late to the party, but it's not because of the snow, because we didn't get any. So I know Barbara was a little worried about me being here tonight, but there's no snow. It's just raining. So I'm really not worried about it. But have any of you done any of the walk talks? And those are on your Weight Watchers app, on your WW app. You can find those. If you go to My Day, you can go all the way down and you can find the walk talks. I think you can also find them through the activity icon that's on your app. But I checked one out today because it kind of fell right in line with this chat. And it was a walk talk that was led by Coach Chloe. And oh yeah, Carol Ann has. So Carol Ann, just out of curiosity, before I keep talking, which ones have you listened to? Several of them? One of them? Which ones have you listened to? Do you have any favorites? Do you have any that you can recommend? So I'm not going to lie, this is the first time that I have started and finished one. So I've started several, but this time I thought, you know what? I'm going to choose to be happy today. I am going to choose to do something else today to let my mind, oh, Sherry has too, to let my mind, you know, kind of drift onto something else while I'm getting some activity. I also understand, I'm going to circle back to this in a second. I also understand from somebody else that I listen to and watch that doing activity while you're listening to music or talking with somebody else, or and can somebody show, Carol, I can show you after the chat. I did not bring the iPad over here with me, or I would be happy to show you. But if you bundle your activity with something else, oh, Carol Ann's listened to all of them. Wow. Yeah, and Lynn's listened to them but haven't walked. But I understand that doing activity while listening to something like that, listening to books on tape, listening to a podcast, music, something else, that it actually helps with your, you know, with like your cognitive abilities and your memory and things. And since Sean's mom has dementia and we're both going to be 60 here in a couple of years, I've really been trying to find a lot of activities that can help with both of those. So the walk talk that I listened to today that I thought fit perfectly with tonight's chat, again, it was with WW Coach Chloe, and she was with psychologist Ethan Kross. It's ETHANKROSS, so Ethan Kross, and he is the author of a book called Chatter, The Voice in Our Head. Now, I haven't looked up the book yet, feeling like I need to. I'm feeling like I need to look up the book and just find out a little bit more about it. But when you listen to those, yeah, Marianne says she listens to music when she walks because it makes her go faster, but it's actually doing something else to your brain. We'll have to investigate that a little later too. But if you do one of these walk talks, and whoever that is needs to calm down. No idea what's going on, but calm down. Okay, so whoever was upset out there has gone on, I guess. Anyway, so if you do one of these, like this one in particular, and again, it was Chatter, The Voice in Our Head. By the time we got done with this, by the time I got done with this walk talk, and I did walk while I was doing this, but I walked here in the showroom. I did not go outside because it was like 27 degrees outside when I was doing this. But by the time I got done, I had completed a 25-minute easy walk. And Coach Chloe was talking to us while, you know, in between when psychologist Ethan Kross was talking, and she was like, you know, walk at a pace that's comfortable, like a 2 to 3, walk at a pace that, you know, like you're breathing a little bit heavier, but you could still carry on a conversation. And I think she called that like a 3 or 4. And then at one point we walked for 5 minutes, and she said to do like a 6 or 7, where you would have trouble carrying on a conversation, but you're not, you know, you're not terrible, you're not gasping for breath. But it would be harder to carry on a conversation. So by the time we were done, I had listened to a 25-minute walk talk, and I had completed a 25-minute easy walk, and I had busted a bad mood by listening to Ethan talk about how to harness the voice in your head rather than to eliminate it. So it was a really good one if you can find it, and if somebody could help Carol Lou find it, I will check after we get done, because again, sorry, I did not bring my iPad over, and I should have. But what he was talking about during this walk talk, first of all, it went by like this, okay? I mean, it seriously was over so fast. Like every time Coach Chloe would come on and say, okay, that's another 5 minutes, let's go for another 5, and I'd be like, really? I blinked, and it's been 5 minutes. But this one was really good, and I do want to go find that book, because he was talking about, instead of those little voices that are in your head, instead of stopping them, he was talking about how to harness it, how to harness that little voice. It was really good. So if you've not listened to that one, I highly encourage you. So I took a break from typing up the chat, and I listened to this one, and it's called Quiet Your Stressed Out Mind. So it was a quiet your mind walk talk, but it's actually called the talk is called Quiet Your Stressed Out Mind on Walk Talk. I'm serious, it did something for my body and my brain. So I got in, by doing that walk talk, I got in about 3,600 steps. I got in 25 more minutes of exercise for today. I was inside, I was not outside in the cold and in this drizzling rain. And when I got done, I actually stopped for a few minutes and worked on a puzzle that we have here at Casey Kitchen Center that Kelsey and I have finally challenged ourselves with a puzzle that is going to be hard to complete. But anyway, it was great. It was great. So I'm definitely going to listen to some more of those. And Carol Ann says that she's also been listening to Walking is Fitness, and that's a 10-minute podcast. Sounds fantastic also. And Orlando Debbie says that we can find the walk talks under Discover Content. And sorry, I knew that. It just, I'm so relaxed. My brain is so relaxed, I couldn't think of it. Okay. And there is no homework for this week. Ew. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? So is it a good thing that there's no homework this week, or is it a bad thing that there is no homework this week? Because no one did their homework. Okay, so it's already time to move on to the second half. First, I need everybody to stop and get a drink of something. I am watered out today. It is super, super chilly outside. I know somebody else is colder than we are. Somebody else has worse weather, whatever. But it is super chilly, and even though I've got the heat turned up a little bit here at Casey Kitchen Center, like to 67, it's a little bit nippy. So while you all are drinking your water, while we get ready for the second half, I'm going to drink a little bit of hot tea. And I was gifted this little bitty Stanley tumbler with no lid. I was given this for Christmas, and it actually does a really good job of keeping things warm even without the lid. So I made this tea 35 minutes ago, and it's still very warm. Ooh, and Cheryl says it's snowing there. So while y'all are waiting on me to switch to the second half, because I'm at a weird halfway point here because we're not doing homework, so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I'll get used to it if you all decide you don't want any homework. And yes, Barbara's exactly right. It is damp cold, not DAM, cold, damp, P with a P, cold. So everybody grab you some water while I figure out how to transition into the second half. I am going to go ahead and put on the apron. Ooh, and Sarah says it's 20 degrees. Yee. I think we've warmed up to, if I'm not mistaken, we've warmed up to like 33, and that is why we did not get any of the snow, ice, rain, none of the stuff that we were threatened with for the last couple of days. We didn't get any of that because it has warmed up to a balmy 33. Okay. So for the second half of tonight's chat, so again, this is our very first chat of 2025. I wanted to do something super fun, but that also did not involve me cooking anything. I have cooked, even though it's not been anything complicated. I have cooked until I do not want to cook anymore. This last 2 weeks, we've had 2 birthdays. Well, let's see, we've had 2 holidays, 2 birthdays, 3 funerals. What else have we done this last couple of weeks? I don't know. We've just had thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, and barely any work. So I just feel like we've just been making food and making food and making food and making food. So I wanted to do something that was fun, something that would be nutritious for me because I'll be eating it, and something that did not involve me cooking. So for the extra credit tonight for chat number, and I've already forgotten, hello Barbara from Bonnell, South Carolina. Oh, John says the current temperature here in Knoxville is 35, so that is why we are not getting the snow. Oh no, Lynn says it's 47 there in Texas, but it's supposed to be 27 in the morning. So Lynn, did the snow skip you all? Because it looked like all of the purple, pink, it looked like all of the fun colors that don't mean fun weather. It looked like they were all north. Like I think they all pretty much stayed north of us also. But this week is chat number 396. This is the first chat of 2025. So I wanted to do something fun that did not involve cooking. So I let an advertisement make my decision for me. I don't know if you all have ever spoken something out loud and then all of a sudden you start getting ads for it on your phone, or if you Google search something and then all of a sudden you get emails from those people. I looked up somebody here at Casey Kitchen Center. I looked up their house on Zillow, and somehow now my email address, I'm getting all these new listing for you here in Knoxville, in La Follette, which our shop is almost in La Follette, and Orlando, Debbie, and John. You will find this funny. Zillow keeps sending me houses in Kissimmee. I've not searched for any house in Kissimmee, Florida, okay, for 0 houses, so I do not know why. I don't know why it's doing that. But, okay, so I had looked for something, or maybe I said it out loud, I don't know, and so I started getting advertisements from Panda Express. I love Panda Express. I go there sometimes, not very often, but occasionally. So it just makes sense that I would get something from Panda Express. And by the way, since I'm having a hard time transitioning into the second half, I completely forgot to mention, I know, Debbie, isn't that weird? I completely forgot to mention to new people that if you're new, or if it's been a while since you've watched, when this is posted on YouTube, and that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Oh no, I'll have to go back and see what Carol Lou said. It must have been pretty darn cold. This is an hour-long chat, and the way Casey posts it, she'll post it once as the full hour if you need to go back and watch the entire thing. But if you just want to see the fun second half, that will always be the second one that's only about 25-30 minutes. And I will have on an apron of some form, which, by the way, another cute story. No, I'm not. No, I'm not Barbara. Not that I know of. Another funny story. Real quick, I'll just sidetrack real quick, and then I promise I will talk about this food. But I'm really, really struggling to segue into the second half without doing the homework. This apron says Queen of Everything. And last week when we finished the chat, Alyssa said, Nona, your apron says Queen of Everything. And I said, yeah, I know. And she goes, you're not the Queen of Everything. And I said, oh, I'm not? And she goes, no, you're the queen of our family, but you are not the queen of everything. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't even know I was the queen of our family. Okay, so I've been getting these advertisements from Panda Express, which is totally fine because I keep earning points, and I have like a bajillion points for things that I'll never eat, like their wontons and some side things and upgrading, like upgrading to the giant plate or whatever. So I don't know when I'll ever use them. Maybe I'll take Bo with me because she loves rice. Okay, so Panda Express has been advertising a new balanced protein plate. Since I love Panda Express, I decided to dig a little deeper and find out a little bit more about these things, and I thought I'd take you along with me. So first question, that was the first thing I said to myself when I saw the advertisement was, what is a Panda Express balanced protein plate? Have to admit, when I first saw it, I didn't hold out high hopes. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's not going to be anything that I'm going to want or have points for or whatever, but sure, I'll look at it. So according to their website, their promotional emails, and according to their app, these new additions, the balanced protein plates, so it's a new addition to their offerings. They are nutritionist approved preset plates that both taste good and feel good. So they're nutritionist approved. It's a preset plate, like you don't pick and choose all these things. It's a preset what's going to be on your plate, and they say that they both taste good and they feel good. Because I guess you're not eating a lot of, like calorie, whatever laden, things. So my next question, okay, who's the nutritionist? How do I know that it's nutritionist approved? And it had a little asterisk next to it, and I thought, here we go. Here's a disclaimer, Panda Express. So what's up with this nutritionist? But turns out Kylie Cicada, and I don't know if that's how you say her last name or not, but Kylie Cicada has a Master's of Science and she is a registered dietitian, and she's a content creator. So she's the one that helped develop these plates. She is also a Panda Express brand partner, and she has approved all of these. So kudos, Panda Express. They actually worked with a registered dietitian to come up with these. Okay, great. Then I thought, well, okay, how many of these are there? There's going to be like 2. That's all there's going to be. There's not going to be any choices, whatever. There are 5. So there are 5 options, and I'll go over these in just a second. So Debbie, I think it's more, when you hear what's in them, I think it's more about maybe your tummy feeling good, or feeling good about eating them, because it wasn't all of the deep fried sludgy ones, which I've had plenty of those from Panda Express. But when you hear what these ingredients are, these are things that I would consider. I would feel good about my decision. I would feel good. My tummy, I can already tell you, haven't even tasted it yet, but I can already tell you my tummy's going to feel better. Just feel good, in that way. Okay. Next question, because I knew as soon as I have this chat, I have 2 friends that are going to ask me this. Are any of the balanced protein plates vegetarian? No, they are not. So they do contain each of these, all 5 of these contain well more than a serving of vegetables per plate. It's way more than a serving of vegetables. Two or 3 of them, I think it's going to be probably 3 or 4 servings of vegetables. But while they do contain more than a serving of vegetables for each plate, every single one of them also boasts and contains either chicken, beef, or both as an ingredient. So no, as of yet, there are no vegetarian options. So my 2 friends that are going to ask me that, sorry, there's not. Okay. Next question. I was like, so how do I get it? How am I going to get this? Can I walk in and place an order? According to the advertisements, their website, the app, the emails that I've been receiving, according to them, you can only order the balanced protein plate combos either on the Panda Express website or on their app. Okay, I did not try walking in, so I didn't try busting the system or breaking the system and walking in and ordering one of these. So I can't tell you for sure if you walk in, if you walk in to order, whether or not you would be able to. But according to their advertisements, you either have to order it on their website or you have to order it on the app. And it was extremely easy to find on the app. I did not try to find them on their website, but it was like blatantly obvious on their app where they were. And Casey will be posting pictures of how you get there and how you get to each one of them on their app so that you can find that easily. So she'll post that when she posts these chat notes here in a couple of days. Next thing, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? So I went to the Panda Express on Broadway, the Broadway location here in Knoxville, and I looked up every single one of them, and they seem to cost between $9 and $12.50, depending on which of the combos that you chose. The one I chose was $11.50. So I'll show you my combo here in a minute, but mine was $11.50. So somewhere between $9 and $11.50, depending on which of these combos that you choose. How long did it take to receive the food? So I actually drove over there, parked in their parking lot. They're not that far from here at Casey Kitchen Center, but I drove over there, parked in their parking lot, and then placed my order so that I could get real time. How long is this going to take? I didn't want to tack on any minutes for having to drive over there, or, whatever. So this was a Sunday. So Sarah has segued to Taco Bell. Was somebody else talking about Taco Bell? Sarah says, I wish I had a Taco Bell near us though. Okay. We do. It's super salty. So maybe we'll do a Taco Bell one another day. Okay. But how long did it take? So today's Sunday. I went over there at lunchtime. The parking lot was full. So I was like, okay, we'll see. And again, I did not walk in. I didn't walk in to place an order. Sorry. I didn't walk in. I just sat in my car, in the warmth of my car, because at that point, I think it was 29 degrees outside, even though it's warmed up now after dark to 35, I think John said. But anyway, so I sat in my car at lunchtime at the restaurant. Parking lot was full because it was lunchtime. And from the time I placed my order on the app, and it took like, I don't know, 2 minutes to place the order on the app. And that's probably, it was only 2 minutes because I kept going back and forth and going, well, maybe I want this one. Well, how many points is that one? Well, 8 minutes. So I pulled in from the time I pulled in and placed my order to the pickup time was, let me see here, 8 minutes. So start to finish, place the order. Then when they told me it was ready and I got in line and actually picked up the food, 8 minutes. So that included my time waiting after they told me it was ready. That included my time in line. So didn't think that was too bad at all. Okay. Next one. How did what I ordered compared to what I received? So you all already know, nothing ever looks like it does in the package, but I have taken some comparison pictures. I haven't tried it. I've not eaten a bite out of this. But I did take some comparison pictures. So I took I took the picture from their website of what it's supposed to, of what I ordered was supposed to look like, and then I took a picture of what it actually looked like. It's not bad. The comparison's not bad. It looks like it's missing it's either missing some of the red peppers, or in cooking they're just not red anymore. But I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. So a 3 out of 5 eggs for resemblance to the professional photo. It wasn't bad. At least it looked like the same volume of food. Sometimes the pictures on anything, frozen food, restaurant, whatever, sometimes the pictures look this big, and when you get it, it's like this big. And this is not a frozen food, this is fast food. Sometimes it's even like a little, like really off on the color. So this was not bad. So I gave it a 3 out of 5 eggs for looking like the picture. Taste, I don't know yet. I haven't tasted it. Availability, oh, I must be doing a thumbs up. Availability, 5 out of 5 eggs. So easy to find on the app. No squawking, no questioning. And Debbie, I'm going to tell you in just a second. So no squawking, no questioning, didn't have to explain anything. It was super easy to order, so I gave it a 5 out of 5 eggs on availability. Value for the price, the size of it, I went ahead and gave it a 4 out of 5 eggs because it's a good size, and I'm going to show you that here in a second, Debbie. Yeah, so I gave it a 4 out of 5 eggs for value, but that could be changed if it doesn't taste like what it should, okay? So Debbie's already kind of led us into this. Thanks, Debbie. I'll catch you later. So enough statistics. What were the options and how many points are they? Okay, first up is called a double protein plate. And again, Casey's has got pictures of all of these that she's gonna be posting on the actual blog post. But the first one up is called a double protein plate. And this one is advertised as highest protein plate with 76 grams of protein. That's a lot. But it is a double grilled teriyaki chicken. So it's 2 orders of grilled teriyaki chicken with half an order of steamed rice and then half an order of super greens. And that's 13 points. That's not bad. I didn't think 13 points was bad for it to be including some rice. Next up is the Harmonious Macros plate. And I didn't know what macros were until a couple of weeks ago when it was added to my app. But now I'm like obsessed with them. I don't need them, but I'm obsessed with them. So this one is advertised as mindful of macronutrients with 57 grams of protein. And it is a grilled teriyaki chicken is one. If you've ever been to Panda Express, you get like 2 entrees. So one entree side is grilled teriyaki chicken. The other one is broccoli beef, and then it has like double super greens. That one's 11 points. The next one is protein and fiber plate that is advertised as 14 grams of satiating, I don't know how to say it, like satisfying, satiating, I don't know, can't say it tonight. Yeah, fiber with 38 grams of protein. Satiating, I don't know, for some reason that word's foreign to me tonight. I'll figure it out later. Let's see. So it is 14 grams of fiber with 38 grams of protein, and that is string bean chicken breast. Very salty, Barbara. Very salty. Okay, so string bean chicken breast is in one little spot. Kung Pao chicken is in the other spot. And then it's got double satiating. Satiating. Sorry, Debbie's trying to help me out. Okay. They're always salty. Fast food is always going to be salty, Barbara. There's nothing you can do to get around that. And then double super greens, and that one is 11 points. The next one is a bold and flavorful plate, and it is advertised as big stir fry, and I actually accidentally typed fly. Casey, if you were watching this, change that to say stir fry. I typed stir fly. Big stir fry flavors with 45 grams of protein, Kung Pao chicken and black pepper sirloin steak. So stop and listen. Sirloin steak. So if y'all remember, loin is one of the cuts of beef that is 0 points now. So Kung Pao chicken and black pepper sirloin steak with super greens, that one is 12 points. And then the one I got, and Barbara, I know, okay, so Barbara is teary because of the sodium. Eating out, there's gonna be a lot of sodium. That is why, no, that's just what I typed, Debbie. That's what I typed. I actually typed stir fly, but yeah, the autocorrect in my brain, I know, because I was trying to pronounce satiating, right? Satiating. Okay, satiating fiber. Got it now. But anyway, the one I picked, so salt, sodium. That's why I don't eat out every day. That's why I try not to eat out more than once a week, because it's all eating out. We have a whole chat about sodium. Eating out, canned soup, lunch meat, anything like that that's processed, gonna be high in sodium. Okay, that's why you have to kind of take it in little bursts. Okay, the one that I got though is the Power Packed Plate. And it was advertised as invigorating B vitamins, okay, from beef with 43 grams of protein, and it is black pepper sirloin. So I'm going to make you all start listening for the word loin, because loin is the cut of beef that is 0 points. Loin, pork loin, beef tenderloin, beef sirloin. So black pepper sirloin steak and broccoli beef with super greens, 9 points. Okay, so let's get it out. Let's get it out and try it. So this is the carry-out container that it comes in. So you can see that's a good size. So it's not the little bitty dinky, it's not the bowl, because Panda Express does have a little bowl, and then they have a plate. This one's is just the regular plate, and then they have like a plate on steroids, which is way too much food. But this one is the regular plate, and this is what it looks like in there. So I have this side, this little hole, or this little well in the styrofoam container, this one is the black pepper sirloin steak, sirloin. This side is the broccoli beef, and then all of this across the bottom is the super greens. So I think that's why it says that your food is going to feel good, because I already feel so much better about only having to track 9 points for dinner, and the fact that it's got this many vegetables. So this is probably 1, 2, 3, easily 3 servings, and it is a lot of food, Debbie. Yeah, and you could totally pair this with, like, if you wanted to eat half now and half another time, you could pair it with like a little cup of rice. You could pair it with some riced cauliflower or something like that. Since we are trying it as if we were there, I'm going to go ahead and use their silverware. You do have to put that. I noticed on the app, you do have to put, it's easier if you put on the app that you want cutlery, or if you want any sauces, and I love their hot mustard sauce, so I went ahead and got some of that. Might try that with some of the super greens. And the super greens, from looking at them, I can tell you it is a whole lot of cabbage, some broccoli, and it looks like maybe some spinach. Does anybody know for sure what the super greens are made out of? Okay, so first I'm going to try, I think I'll try the beef and broccoli first. Okay, now I just found, there is one of the red peppers that was missing from the picture that I took. So, oh, it smells so good, but I love Panda Express. So here's one of the red peppers that was missing. The picture from online had several. Okay, there's a second red pepper. So maybe I should have stirred it a little bit before I took my picture. But this is the beef and, I'm sorry, this is the sirloin side. And it has red peppers, mushrooms. So there's a little mushroom. And here is one of the sirloin tips. So we're going to try that side first. So here's the sirloin side. It's good. Mm-hmm. Very good. If it had about 5 more red peppers in it, I would be a super duper fan of this one. That is nice and tender. I know I'm chewing a lot, but this sirloin is nice and tender. The mushrooms were not, you know, funky. Nice mushrooms. Okay, let's try, let me see if I can get a tiny piece of broccoli over here. Let's try the beef and broccoli, or the broccoli beef side. So here's a piece of broccoli, here's a piece of beef, and here is an onion that comes with that one. I don't know if y'all noticed, the two with the beef, the combo with the 2 beef options was the least amount of points, because that sirloin is 0 points. Also delicious. Let's try some super greens. Nicely cooked cabbage. Can you hear this? This has even been reheated. Yeah, Debbie says it doesn't say what veggies are in the super greens other than the obvious, but this has been reheated in the microwave, and the broccoli is still crisp. The cabbage is still crisp. I'm going to try this, not that y'all want to sit there and watch me eat, but I'm going to try this with just a little bit of the hot mustard sauce just because I love it. And I'll find another wee little tiny piece of broccoli. Listen to that. It is so good with the hot mustard sauce. Okay. So again, this one is the Power Pack plate. Invigorating B vitamins from beef with 43 grams of protein. Black pepper sirloin steak, broccoli beef with super greens, and it's got two sides of super greens. That's 9 points. There is no rice in here. I'm not going to miss the rice. Won't miss the rice at all. This is a lot of food. I think this is a good value. I'm going to end up giving this a 5 out of 5 eggs for the value of the food. Okay, and Lynn says it is kale, cabbage, and broccoli. I can believe that. I can totally believe that. This is a great value. Again, mine was $11.50. This is a lot of food. I know I can't tell you what it weighs because I don't have a food scale, but that is a lot of food. I will absolutely be over the top full when I get done eating this. You don't need to add any other veggies to it. You know, most of the time when I grab something either frozen or I grab something out, I've got a hashtag bulk it up because it never has enough vegetables. Each one of these, the peppered sirloin, has red peppers and mushrooms in it and a tiny bit of broccoli. Looks like maybe a couple of onions. The broccoli beef obviously has a lot of broccoli with the beef, and then having the 2 sides of super greens. I think even people who don't like a lot of vegetables, I think they will really like these. If you don't like a lot of vegetables, that hot mustard sauce is spot on. But I think this is a great value for your money. Last, before we go, because I wanted to review this for you, we're going to see what my fortune is. I don't eat fortune cookies, but I always open them just to see what the fortune is. Okay, So here's to the new year. So this is my first meal, my first eating out meal of 2025, or first chat meal of 2025. So come on, fortune cookie, be something really, really good. And John's saying, hopefully it'll say a house in Kissimmee, since I got an ad for one. Okay. Not much of a fortune. It's just a statement. It says, judge one not by his charms, but by his actions. That's actually great advice. So judge one not by his charms, but by his or her actions. Fantastic advice there, Panda Express. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you will try this very delicious meal from Panda Express. Again, the one with the most points was still only 13 points, and that's the one that had the rice with it. So again, these are called, they are Panda Express balanced protein plates. You can find them on your app. You can find them on their website. Absolutely delicious. Again, a lot of sodium. Won't be getting them very often, but this is a great, great, great option if you need to grab something out. I can tell you this tastes so much better than McDonald's, than Taco Bell, Sarah. Tastes so much better, and this has even been reheated in the microwave. So imagine if you ate it as soon as you got it, when it was fresh and hot and they put it on your plate. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. Please, 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 when we get done, go over and vote in the If You Have an Egg group and let us know. Keep the homework, ditch the homework, doesn't matter to me either way. But if y'all don't want it anymore, I don't need to pay to have it done, and we need to switch to something else that we can spend some more time on. If you are watching this on YouTube, and pretty please share the YouTube channel with your friends, because this is the only way that there's only a handful of us that can give you what the weekly topic is every week. I'm one of them. So please share this with people that are struggling, that don't know what the weekly topic is, didn't even know they had a weekly topic, and that maybe don't have, access to a meeting, and let this be their meeting. But that is youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. I think y'all got Carol Lou to the right spot to be able to find what she was looking for, the walk talks on Discover Content. If not, I'll go back and find those later. But you all have an amazing week. If you are watching this on YouTube, please let that next video roll over. Alyssa's so darn cute, and she's on back-to-back ones. I know she would love to know that you all watched them. Go ahead and click subscribe, and then click that little bell so you'll know when the next video is going to be up. But y'all have an amazing week. Stay safe out there. If you're in one of those snow and ice zones, please stay safe out there. And if it's just really cold where you are, be safe. So I will see you all next time. Have a great week. I'll see you next week. Good night.